body language says it all.
This episode is all about swimwear. Buying the swimwear, putting it on your body, getting into the pool, getting into the photo. We are going to be everyone's swimwear BFFs. So I know you're all rocking them now, but I'd love to maybe go back to a moment, and I'll include myself in this, when we weren't.
I remember prom, after prom, we all went to Wasaga Beach together, and I did not want to go. And it's about a time of celebrating, and you should be excited. You're with your friends, but you just feel so alone. And I remember wearing clothing from head to toe and sweating, and it's like I'm dying of heat.
Yeah.
But I'd rather do that than show my body because I was just so ashamed.
Yeah, I often did the going to a pool party with my friends because I was the only sort of bigger girl in my friend group. And so I remember going and then being like, oh my gosh, I forgot my suit. I forgot it.
I was like mid-high school and everyone had really cute bathing suits. And I was like just on that edge of that mid-size range. So you're plus size, but you're not plus size. There was a tube top that was meant to be a skirt at La Vie en La Rose that was like coral and mint. And it fit me as a tube top, but no bottoms matched. And so I bought a second tube top and I took it to a tailor with my favorite pair of underwear that fit perfectly. And I said, can you make me bathing suit bottoms that match? And I had to make my own bathing suit so that I could be in the cute suit with the friends.
I personally love water. I remember having to go buy the older swimsuits, and the reality is even when it was the swimsuit, I felt more dressed and covered in it than when I was wearing my typical clothing. And it was horrible because you get the stares at the beach, and the experience of itself, it just was not enjoyable, even though I was someone that I would look forward to going to the beach, but it became something that I hated.
I think it's just so important to share those stories and those moments because I get so many messages about, I don't know how to put on I don't know how to do that. I'm not going to wear a suit. I haven't worn a suit, the suit. So I wanted to start this by being we have all been exactly where you are at the moment who are DMing us. We've all had that experience. How did we go from that girl to this girl?
For me, a big part was really looking at who I was following in my feed and trying to find people who represented me. And I would see them rocking swimsuits and they looked incredible. And I was like, they look like me. Look at them. I can look like that as well. I kind of practice around the house, and it seems a little bit strange, but I try the swimsuit on around the house. I wear it around, see if I do feel comfortable in it. You'll catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you'll be like, wow, my butt looks great in this. I look amazing, right? Because if you're so used to hiding your body, you almost have to relearn your reflection.
She on the beach is way more worried about her body than she is focused on yours. Every single person, men included, on that beach are worried about themselves. So it's just wear it.
I am not going to live the rest of my life not enjoying and doing the things that I want to do for the sake of other people. Imagine spending the rest of my life wishing I should have just gone to the beach. That's not going to happen. So I'm listen, the beach is going to take this body that I have, and that's point blank period, and that's okay. If you're talking about the fupa, I have the fupa every single day. I don't need to hide it from anybody else. It's mine. You can't make me change it. So I will wear it, and that's okay. And that's the thing, when we realize that we're living half lives or halfway lives, not even it's not even making us happy. I can't possibly continue my life being unhappy, doing the things that I don't want to do in order to please other people.
I remember I always had, I still have those hip dips. I didn't even know that's what they were called. And I loathed them. I was like, why does my body go why doesn't it just go out right? Why does it go out and in and out? I had that dip, and it always made me self-conscious in suits, in pants, everything. And now I think they're cute. I legit do. And I like the name. I kind of like having hip dips. There's something fun about it. But that never would have happened. It was one of the things I was the most self-conscious of. But the only thing that really changed for me was me, and
Mhm.
I'm controlling me. So like, why the fuck wouldn't I do that? Like it's like, why am I, like exactly like what you're saying, like, why am I living into someone else's expectation that isn't even thinking about me?
Considering this segment is called body language, I always try to say, you can dislike parts of your body, but you can't hate it. Just change how you speak and it will change drastically how you feel. And not hating allows you to go to the beach and allows you to participate in life when you just change that little bit of language.
It's so true. And then when you participate and you have fun, you start to love yourself and life more. You know what I mean? Like, you taking yourself out makes you sad and upset and hateful. Guess who's going to take that sad, hateful energy? You. By doing something you love, you are more loving. So let's get down to some nitty gritty, like helpful, like people are watching us, they love hearing our philosophies, but they want to know the suits, like what suits work. I know, Diana, that Eloquii hot pink suit on you.
Oh, I love that one. Deep V, I would have never tried that. We have to change the way that we speak to ourselves, because immediately you go to, oh, I could never try that. That would never work on my body. When I'm purchasing swimwear, I will maybe pick up a few that I'm more comfortable in. I know that I feel more comfortable in those suits, and then maybe I'll add one or two that I would never wear. And you try it on and it'll change your mind. Bathing Bell, which I know, Meredith, you're a huge fan of as well. Oh, you're pulling it out here?
That's one of putting it on.
That would be something.
Another is Nettle's Tail, which they're a Canadian, they're based in Vancouver. I think they're available to a 4X. And they have some really great prints. Knix, they launched their swimwear line.
I'll definitely second the Eloquii thing. Like, I was dropping coins on those Eloquii swimsuits. I was like, another one. Like, it was madness. And recently, I went to Walmart and they had some really cute one pieces. I like the one pieces. The two pieces were a little bit, but I've also tried string bikinis, which I never thought I would do, because I'm like, my rolls, like everything is out. But I tried a piece and I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I am here for this moment. This is where we've gone, because at first I was only comfortable with one pieces, but now I'm like, give me the two pieces, give me the string bikinis, give me the triangle bikinis. I'm like right there, ready. I'm ready for it.
I shop for swimsuits all year long because I find that when everything comes out, everything maybe sells fast. Everyone wants the pink one with ruffles, and then I don't get a chance. I have found some really great gems on ASOS though. And it's a risk because you're shipping it and customs and all those things. If they don't fit, I just consign them. Luxury of my store and my sale.
Even though it feels like an emotional experience, this is not an emotional experience. This is a piece of clothing that either fits you or doesn't fit you. And then you move on, right? And that, I think, is the hardest thing to do with swimwear.
If an item does not fit, it's okay. It's just the item. It's not a matter of I have to adjust my body to fit an item of clothing. All right, we're not married to the sizes of our body. Like, it's not an identity. Me being a size 24 is not an identity that is about me. It's just a number. It's just how the way clothing fits.
I'm now reaching the top end of plus size. I'm like a 26, sometimes a 28, sometimes a 24, but I've reached this category. And I'm like, okay, take a deep breath. There's less oxygen up here in terms of availability than there is when you're a size 20 or a size 16, or, you know, the world stops at a 24. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna take a little bit of a deeper breath. We're gonna reserve our oxygen, and you're gonna shop, because I refuse to look like crap because I'm a certain size. I will find it in the world, right? But I think you have to be open that it's a process. You don't have to give up because of the size.
Yeah, I get emotional. Hearing that, because the give up is it's so real, you know, it's so real for so many people. And when you give up on that kind of stuff, then you give up on all of it, right? And your whole life just gets smaller, and
you don't go to the pool party.
You don't go to the pool party. You don't meet the love of your life. You don't get, like, it's just all of that stuff goes away. And so it is just clothes, but at the end of the day, but those clothes, and what I hope people hear from this is just like, if you're following us on Insta and you dig what we're doing, we get what you're struggling with. The only difference is that we just do it anyway. We just get the next suit. We just go to the beach. Like, that's the only difference. You know, it's not like our bodies are different or our brains are different.
I find that it's definitely also a journey. It's not like we just jumped into wearing bikinis. And it's okay if you still feel like you need to wear a cover up, you know, because we're constantly seeing like everybody's a bikini body, which everybody is a bikini body, but it doesn't mean if you're not comfortable wearing a bikini, that's okay.
Got to get a couple tips from each of you on posing in the suit.
You know, butt back, tits out's a big one, creates the angles, but it's just, I just stretch.
My tip would be to take a bunch of photos. I just take them over and over again, whether it's my Instagram husband taking them, or I just set up a tripod and I have that remote and I just take a bunch. I mean, I know I'm gonna like one, so I just keep taking them, moving around, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. The more the merrier.
To actually do videos where you're sort of in motion, and like you can obviously pause videos and like take screenshot and say that's the shot, because sometimes like when you're just like awkwardly like trying to stay still, it comes out awkward. So when you feel a little bit in motion, you're going from pose to pose to pose, even in motion, then that can come out really cool.
Ooh, I want to be your friend. You sound awesome. You need to take pictures of me in motion anytime.
just watching you pose right now.
What are you hoping that the fashion industry, the swimwear, what are you not seeing that you want in swim out there right now in our sizes? That
a lot of the plus size suits, yes, we have more accessibility wherever, they're so expensive.
More body shapes represented in swimwear campaigns. I still find that it's a lot of the hourglass shape. For me, because I have a stomach, so I want to see more models with stomachs, with body shapes like mine, just more diversity so that I can actually look at the bathing suits and see, you know, this looks great on her, this looks great on them, it'll also look great on me.
Something I would also add, now that I'm at, you know, the lower oxygen space of the size chart, everything stops at 24. And so I don't stop going to the beach because I'm now a size 26. We have to continue to push this size chart a little bit.
I will wear size 26, and I still want you to give me a size 26 that's cute. I do have a stomach. I do have thighs. I do have big boobs that don't stay up. They're not staying up. Can your swimsuit handle to carry me in the water?
Just get in the water, then they float.
Yeah, and I think swimwear companies and even straight size that are going extended, they are still seeing their curve customer as a more reserved customer, as a less fashionable customer. We're in a new land and social media has a ton to do with it. And so, you know, when I see influencers or people making their own lines, I'm like, oh, wicked, you're going to get it. You're going to give me, like Gabby Fresh, you were going to give me like the off the shoulder, like you're going to give me my dreams because you get it.
So true what you're saying, because a lot of times when brands do extend and offer plus sizes, they'll do it in like 2 of their swimsuits, and it's the
black one,
solid black or dark colored one piece that is covering your whole body. And it's like, wait a second, why couldn't I get the off the shoulder bikini? Like, I don't understand. So I guess it's because they believe that we won't actually rock it and wear it, but that's what we want.
And I think it's also having curvy people at the table, right? So we talk about having women at the table, which you have to have curvy people at the table. And there are some big brands that have no curvy women actually behind the computer screen. They think this is what we want, but I also don't assume what a mountain biker wants from his shorts or her shorts, right? Like, you know what I mean? You have to have people at the table that go, excuse me, common sense will prevail here. Give her the hot pink bikini. It's one thing to take up space on the internet. We have to take up space in these corporate places too for these brands. These brands need to hire curvy women so we can actually hear what it's like to wear those clothes or to not have accessibility. And then one of these days, the right curvy woman is going to be sitting at the right table, and it's going to be a game changer for a company. I'm working on it. I'm taking over the world, Meredith.
Yeah.
Come on.
Honestly, this is the coolest. I feel very much inspired to rock whatever suit I want to this summer.
I'm gonna take all your posing tips, Lou. When I watched you, when you were just like softly, I was like, how?
You perfect world, now I'll never be like